What do we have?
9.
9?
The worst in history?
Probably.
He's played with Shaq, Kyrie, AD, D. Rose, and Dwight Howard. In total, 9 #1 draft picks. And yet, LeBron James still hasn't caught Michael Jordan. When Bleacher Report dropped that stat, NBA fans didn't just react, they erupted. Comments flooded in, debates reignited, and the conversation took a dark turn. Because for some, this wasn't just a fact, it was a reality check. LeBron James, one of the most gifted athletes in basketball history,
What gift?
may never reach the mountaintop fans have spent years trying to place him on. But how did we get here? And why does this post feel like a final nail in the coffin of the GOAT debate? To understand why this sent shockwaves through the NBA world, we need to go back and look at exactly what this stat means and why it's so devastating. The 9 picks that changed the conversation. So let's start with the headline that shook the league. LeBron James has played with 9 #1 overall draft picks. Think about that. The NBA has only had around 75 #1 picks in history, and LeBron's played with 9 of them. That's more than 10% of all #1 draft talent in league history on one man's teams.
One man.
Let's name them: Shaquille O'Neal, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, Derrick Rose, Greg Oden, Joe Smith, Andrew Bogut, DeAndre Ayton, potentially incoming. Now sure, some were past their prime. Joe Smith never lived up to the hype. Greg Oden was plagued by injuries. And Shaq wasn't 2000 Shaq anymore. But still, Kyrie, AD, Dwight, and even Rose were significant pieces. These weren't random role players. They were stars or former stars at key moments. And the deeper we go, the more it raises a painful question for LeBron fans. If Jordan never had this level of help, how did he end up with more rings in less time? To get to the bottom of this, we need to look at the numbers behind the teammates. Real quick, we put in serious time crafting these deep dive NBA documentaries to bring you stories the media won't touch this way. So if you're into breakdowns like this, subscribing is the easiest way to make sure you never miss the next one. Now, back to it. The help factor by the numbers. According to Basketball Reference, the total number of All-Star appearances made by all of Michael Jordan's teammates combined during his Bulls run? Just 10. LeBron's teammates? Over 130 All-Star appearances combined. That number alone tells a story of 2 vastly different careers. Jordan carried aging vets, specialists, and defensive grinders. LeBron? He's been paired with multiple All-NBA players at once. Multiple times. Even in 2020, with a 27-year-old Anthony Davis, a rejuvenated Dwight Howard, and a solid Lakers roster, LeBron had plenty of help and won a title. But the issue is the pattern. Even with all that help throughout his career, he's still only sitting at 4 rings. Compare that to Jordan. In just 12 full seasons with the Bulls, he won 6 championships. No Game 7 losses, no stacked super teams, just dominance. And here's where it gets even crazier. When you factor in the era LeBron played in, it might have actually made it easier for him. And that's what we're diving into next. The East was weak, and nobody talks about it. Most fans overlook this, but the truth is, LeBron's road to the finals was wide open for years. From 2011 to 2018, he reached 8 straight NBA finals. But look closely at the competition. Who did he face in the East? DeMar DeRozan's Raptors, Paul George's Pacers, a Celtics team led by Isaiah Thomas, an aging Bulls team, even a Hawks team that didn't have a single superstar. This wasn't the 90s East with Ewing, Miller, Dumars, and Mourning battling every year. It was softer, and LeBron steamrolled through. But when he finally went west, 1 finals appearance in 6 seasons. Suddenly, the path wasn't so clear, and the Lakers didn't dominate the conference the way many expected. So what happened? We have to talk about something most fans are afraid to say out loud. Maybe LeBron just isn't built to win that many rings.
Isn't that a little harsh? Harsh.
This is the uncomfortable part of the conversation. What if LeBron simply wasn't built to be a 6 or 7-time champion? The league bent for him. Teams formed around him. Coaches were fired for him. He controlled rosters, and front offices scrambled to get him what he wanted. But still, 4 titles in 23 seasons? Meanwhile, Jordan won 6 chips without super teams. Kobe won 5 in 20 seasons, even while playing with Smush Parker at one point. It's not that LeBron isn't all-time great. He is. It's that with all the help, all the years, all the number one picks, expectations were higher. And now that time is running out, fans are realizing something devastating. If it hasn't happened by now, it might never happen. And that leads to the next twist in this saga. The goalposts keep moving, but the rings stay the same. LeBron's fans have tried to reshape the narrative over time. At first it was, wait until he wins his first. Then, he needs to beat the Spurs. Then, it's not about rings, it's about longevity. And now, he's 40. Give him a break. But the numbers won't budge. The banners are up, and the championship count isn't changing. Jordan is still 6-0 in the finals. LeBron is 4-6. And every time a post like this surfaces, fans are reminded of it all over again. So how much longer can fans keep moving the goalposts? We're heading toward the end of LeBron's career, and the last section might be the hardest pill to swallow yet.
You can swallow this pill.
The final stat that says it all. Think about this. LeBron has played more seasons than Jordan. He's had more Hall of Fame teammates, more number one picks, more control over his teams, more time in the league, and still fewer rings. It's not about hate. It's not about disrespect. It's about recognizing greatness for what it really is and calling it like we see it. Michael Jordan didn't need 9 number one picks to build his legacy. He built it through dominance, clutch moments, and doing more with less. And the more fans try to rewrite history, the more these stats do the talking. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe and join the conversation in the comments. Let us know what you think. Does this stat finally end the GOAT debate once and for all? We'll catch you in the next one.